There's so much that goes into the making of a teen movie, from the set design to the costumes, the makeup, and lighting. We're basically saying there's a lot of people involved and there are bound to be some interesting encounters happening on set. From improvising scenes to future predictions, in this video, we're taking a look at 16 super interesting behind-the-scenes facts in teen movies. Let's get started. At number 16, we have The Kissing Booth 3. While we're amazed that a plot revolving around a kissing booth was greenlit for 3 entire movies, we're still adding this teen drama number to our list. The movie, featuring Joey King and Joel Courtney, had a specific boardwalk scene where the two are having this heart-to-heart moment, and it turns out King was violently high during the entire scene. Yep, that's right, the actor took an edible before filming and didn't expect to get that level of buzz, but we guess she made it through the scene, safe and sound. Joey King also admitted that it was highly unprofessional, but well, that's where she was at. Next, we have number 15, with Mean Girls. If you haven't seen this cult classic, please drop everything you're doing and sign in to your nearest streaming or renting platform and go watch this movie right now. We mean it. Mean Girls is a rite of passage and is the perfect teen movie to exist. At least we think so. Other than Lindsay Lohan being utter perfection in this one, we have Tim Meadows, who plays Principal Duval. Incidentally, Meadows broke his wrist literally a week before filming began. Ouch! But the clever writers decided to write that into his character so they could film on schedule. The quip was actually Tina Fey's idea, who wrote the screenplay for the movie. At number 14, it's To All the Boys I've Loved Before. This trilogy is one that we'd watch over and over again, but this time it'll be because we've discovered a little surprise. Jenny Han, who wrote the books the movies are based on, made a cameo in all 3 of the movies. How did we not spot this before? In the first film, Han plays the role of a chaperone during a homecoming dance in one of Lara Jean's flashbacks. In the sequel, Han is seen as the teacher who comforts a student crying in the cafeteria. In the last film, she plays Principal Cho, whom we meet in yet another flashback scene as Lara Jean tells us how she met Peter when they were kids. Pretty cool. Up next is number 13 with Cruel Intentions. We all know Reese Witherspoon is a gifted actress, but this particular movie shows us exactly how much. Remember the scene where Annette, played by Witherspoon, and Sebastian, played by Ryan Philippe, are having an intense and heated argument. Annette ends up slapping Sebastian, which is okay. We've seen it before in lots of different movies. But you might not have known that Witherspoon completely improvised that slap. We guess she did it in the heat of the moment. Next, we have number 12 with Heathers. When Heathers was released in theaters in 1989, nobody knew that it would be an instant hit and labeled a classic for generations to come. The twisted horror comedy outlines teenage angst through the high school experience. The film's writer, Daniel Waters, revealed that Heathers actually had several alternate endings. The first draft was based on the fact that Veronica kills JD, walks away from the high school, and turns around to reveal that she's wearing the bomb. So she'd blow herself up to save the sins of the school. Well, for whatever reason, the writer chose the ending we saw, and we're all glad he did. At number 11, it's Heathers again. Yes, we're discussing the same movie, but hear us out. In the movie, the main character, Heather Chandler, says the line, "Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?" And the line became famous for incredibly creepy reasons. The actor Kim Walker, who played the iconic character, actually ended up dying of a brain tumor in 2001. We guess sometimes the strangest things just happen. Now, at number 10, it's A Cinderella Story. There's nothing like a good old teen rom-com from the early 2000s. Starring hit sensation Hilary Duff and heartthrob of the time, Chad Michael Murray, the movie was a modern take on the classic Cinderella. Well, duh. But Duff was only 15 years old when they started filming, while Murray, her on-screen romantic interest, was 22. Whoa. But the Lizzie McGuire actress couldn't have said no, since Cinderella was her favorite fairy tale as she was growing up. We have to say, this is really weird. And now for number 9, The Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn, Part 1. We remember the days of The Twilight Saga as it hit mainstream media and sent everyone into a frenzy with teen vampires, romance, and vampire babies. During the filming of the wedding scene for The Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn, Part 1, Kristen Stewart had to wear a heavy Volturi cape anytime that they took a break from shooting. The Volturi are that powerful evil coven of vampires, you know. The producers didn't want the dress to get leaked before the release of the movie, so poor Stewart had to keep herself shrouded under the black coat the minute the cameras were down. At number 8, it's Easy A. During filming, Emma Stone mentioned that she had an asthma attack while shooting for an intimate scene with her fellow cast member Dan Bird. Stone explained that with all the jumping up and down, screaming, and yelling on the bed, Instead, she had a little attack as she felt the breath knocked out of her. She felt it was utterly embarrassing as it was only the second day of filming. At number 7, we have Clueless. We're just gonna come right out and say it. The role of Cher in Clueless was made for Alicia Silverstone. Honestly, we can't think of anyone else who'd do justice to this role as well as Silverstone did. It's evident from that one scene during Cher's RSVP speech where Silverstone really had no idea how to pronounce the word Haitians. The director thought it was hilarious and completely on point for the character, so he decided to leave it in. We guess Alicia Silverstone was just clueless. For number 6, it's also Clueless. This movie is so iconic, it's got so much to unpack for us. The second best character in Clueless, Brittany Murphy's Ty, utters the now famous line, "You're a virgin who can't drive." Interestingly, the insult was inspired by the film's writer, Amy Heckerling's own high school experience. She revealed that since she was the last one of her friends to pop her cherry and she failed her driving test 5 times, the insult she wrote was purely from her own personal vault of bullying incidents she endured. At number 5, there's The Maze Runner. Have you ever lost a job because of a haircut? Well, Dylan O'Brien almost did. The actor almost lost the role of Thomas in The Maze Runner because of his haircut at the time. O'Brien explained in an interview that he actually didn't hear back after auditioning for the role for about a month and a half. He then revealed that the movie's director, Wes Ball, thought O'Brien's hair was too MTV. That's one way of describing it. The director was then shown some normal pictures of the young actor, and it ended up working out perfectly. For number 4, it's Ferris Bueller. Remember the famous parade scene during the movie Ferris Bueller? Yeah, that wasn't a fake parade with fake actors. It was a completely real one. The filmmakers thought it would be a great idea to simply sneak in their float and just start filming. Apparently, it worked because director John Hughes later explained that nobody really knew what it was or questioned them about it. Talk about being authentic. At number 3, we have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Nina Dobrev, of Vampire Diaries fame, plays the role of Candace in The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and apparently filmed a scene where her character goes to get an abortion. This was apparently a part of the book, but ultimately the scene was cut from the film, never making it to the final version. Wowza. At number 2, it's Love, Simon. Musician and resident heartthrob Shawn Mendes almost played the lead character in the movie Love, Simon. Mendes revealed that while he was invited to audition for the role, unfortunately he couldn't make it, and it didn't work out due to some major scheduling conflicts. He also said that he would have loved to do it otherwise. And finally, at number 1, it's the After movies. If you spent any time on Wattpad in the last couple of years, you probably know that the After movie series was technically based on a One Direction fan fiction story written by Anna Todd. The fanfic initially got adapted into a novel series, which then got its own set of movies. Harden's character was supposed to be Harry Styles in the original Wattpad fiction. That's a wrap for this video. Do you have any thoughts about these behind-the-scenes facts? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.